How you doing today?
I'm all right.
Nice to see you again,
You too.
as always,
You too.
sir. We've met a few times, and one of the things that we talked about last time was we started working on those skills to kind of help not blow up on people.
Mm.
We were talking about the size of your problem, making sure that your reaction matches the problem, right? So that way you're not beating up people if they knock a pencil off your desk, things like that, right?
Mhm.
And then also you've been on check in, check out, where
Mhm.
you're coming to me and you're earning points, depending on how your day goes. So, let me ask you, how do you feel some of these things have been going?
Well, it was a little hard at first because I had to really look at everything in a different way. It kind of just really had to, like even just stopping and looking at the problem because I think before I started coming to talk to you, everything was a size 3 problem.
Right.
Because of the way that I was reacting and acting towards everybody. Getting violent and doing all the stuff that I was doing. So really looking at being able to look at, okay, what's really going on here? Do I really need to react that way? And taking those few seconds to think about that it's been hard to start, but once I did it a couple times, it seemed to get easier as far as how I was reacting. So as far as checking in, I feel like I've had a pretty good week. I've only had a couple minor brush-ins with the teacher.
Okay.
I haven't had to go to the office. I haven't been expelled. I haven't been suspended. I haven't had any like major blow-ups.
Nah, that's excellent. That's good
So
to hear.
that's good, right?
Absolutely.
It's progress.
That's progress. That's a whole lot of progress, sir, in a short amount of time. I'm definitely proud of you.
Not so much with my grandma. My grandma, she's always on my butt though.
Okay. Okay.
She's gonna be a little harder to please, I think.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I understand because um, you may feel that way because school and home, those are two different environments.
Mm.
And you spend a lot of time at home. So now that things have been changing at school a little bit for you, uh, can you share how has grandma reacted with those things?
Well, that makes her happy. I mean, she just she's on me all the time anyway. But even worse when she's having to go down to the school and talk to them about me and my behavior and what I'm doing wrong and talking to the principal, doing those the education plans and all those things. The
Mm-hmm.
where they come and they meet and they decide, what are they going to do with me. So
Right.
I know that she appreciates that. But, we have definitely some stuff to do at home as far as like, because, I got my sisters and they're always a pain too. We fight and I try. It's been a little harder for me to do the size of the problem at home as it is for me at school.
Wow, that's interesting. I'm glad you shared that.
Mm.
Thank you. That's very interesting. Um, and again, like you said, it's new.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the things that we talked about was actually utilizing it in the school environment.
Mm-hmm.
So that's progress that you're even considering using it in the home environment because that's something that we didn't discuss. So that's a lot of progress.
Okay.
I think that's a lot of progress. Today, looking at the progress that you've made with the goals that we established, some of the tools that kind of gave you last time, one thing I wanted to work with you on today was kind of a narrative approach. So let me ask you, just looking at the word narrative, me giving that word, what do you think that means? What does narrative mean?
Um, I don't know. I guess talking.
Yes, yes.
That would be my best guess. I don't know.
Okay.
Much further than that.
Or even in the role of, okay, like in some movies, some
Oh,
movies have
right.
like a
Okay.
narrator,
Narrator.
and
Sure.
what is their role when they are the narrator?
To tell you about something,
Right,
like
just
they're explaining what's going on in the movie.
kind of the story.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Right.
So today, my opportunity, what I would like to give you an opportunity to do, is you've given me this story about how things have happened, and there's things that you're not satisfied with, things that you feel have been difficult, challenges, and so forth. Um, Part of my goal is to get you to imagine with your own story some of those things change. Like, how would you like to see things? Um, Now you've used some of those tools and you've kind of gotten an idea of how they help. So it may give you a little clearer picture as to how things can be, right?
Mm-hmm.
If used all the time. So, um, with the reactions that you used to get from teachers,
Mm-hmm.
uh, and people on campus feeling afraid of you because they see how you react, what could you tell me now from your what would your story look like now?
Well, I don't want people to be afraid of me. I really don't, because I
Mm.
mean, I'm really kind of a cool guy. I mean, I'm nice. Um, I think I'm a good person. I just get so mad that I react, and I do things that when I'm mad that I maybe not, don't normally do. But as far as what I would like to see myself is to be able to handle those challenges in a way where I don't have to get mad at all,
Ah,
and to
yes.
be able to just, go in a different way completely, and just avoid the anger and the reaction altogether. So and so that maybe eventually people wouldn't remember that about me or think about me in that type of way where I'm not a nice person or they have to be afraid of me, because I don't
Okay.
want that. I don't want my grandma to be afraid of me. I don't want people at school to think that I'm going to hurt them or be afraid of them. So I would like, if I was going to rewrite that story, I would um, maybe uh, later on down the road, I would be a person that could handle, anger and disappointment and negative stuff that happens to me in a way where I'm not getting mad and trying to beat people up and stuff.
Absolutely. I like that. I like that. And one thing I want you to do in telling your story also is you are separate from your problem,
Mm.
right? So I don't want you to think of yourself as the problem. Um, your anger has been some of the problem.
Mhm.
So that is separate from you. And I think you can you do you feel like you're the problem? Let me ask you
Yeah,
that.
that's it's interesting you should say that, because I've never thought of the two as different. The
Right.
problem is me. I'm the one getting in trouble. I'm the one, getting moved from school to school. I'm the one that nobody wants around, that nobody can deal with, that nobody wants to deal with. So, to me, that just, I'm the problems. I've never thought of it as any other way.
Right. Right. Okay.
So it's interesting that you bring that up. I don't
Okay.
I don't know if I necessarily believe that altogether, but it's something to think about.
Very good. I'm glad that that helped. Did that help? So.
Yeah, I like that. I mean, I like the idea. I don't know how easy it's going to be to change that way that I'm thinking, but that's why I'm here, and that's why
Right.
I keep coming.
Well, good. Very good. I'm glad. I'm glad. So I think some of the first step to changing that, like you said, you seem to be becoming a little more aware,
Mhm.
and we can only change things that we are aware about, right?
Mhm.
So, um, with that being said, now um, the thing separating the problem from yourself and seeing that, like now, with some of the tools that were given to you last time, um, you've seemed to kind of stay out of trouble so much and kind of maybe take a step back, reevaluate some things before you blow up.
Mhm.
So, um, is there an instance where you would like to change the story of how this school year would go versus others, or what story would you like to change to have a more positive outcome?
Well, I definitely want to pursue the football thing because you know we've talked about that a lot, and I know that I've seen you at the practice a couple times. You
Right.
know, I would really like to, you know, be MVP maybe, or you know, somebody that was a valuable part of the team where they counted on me and they wanted me there instead of being worried I was gonna, you know, beat somebody up in the locker room or somebody said something dumb to me and I had to, you know, lash out and react in anger. I don't, you
Hmm.
know, I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to, you know, I want to be able to be a guy that doesn't